It was a letdown, and somebody asked me, in fact, Dan Patrick just asked me in his show, was this a surprise? And I can honestly say that I'd answer that yes and no. It was a surprise from the standpoint of I didn't think we'd get off to maybe as poor a start as we did, but it was kind of understood when I realized what kind of shape we were in early. Meaning Kalen especially, but even some of the other guys. And I think that's one of the things that's going to be great about this off season. We're going to have one. Last year we didn't have one. We had so many guys that didn't work out all summer that that makes it not a surprise what happened. If you believe in practice makes you better, and practice is necessary for success, then there would be almost no surprises. If you believe that distractions can affect the team. I look at this NCAA tournament, I just go through each team, and it seems like some of the teams that have had some losses, had some things happen to them. Villanova, Purdue, even, which you think of as so solid. And when I see some of the teams that I picked to be there, Texas, maybe Syracuse, Louisville, not getting out of the first weekend, instead of being upset about the whole year, I kind of look at it a little differently to say, wow, how fortunate we've been for most of these years, and it's probably more the norm for this stuff to happen than it is an exception. So I look at the whole thing as I was disappointed for the seniors that they couldn't go out with 3 straight Final Fours or 3 straight Big Ten championships. I was excited for Kalen that he could come back as well as he did considering the injury. I felt bad for Darrell because he didn't finish out his senior year like he had hoped, but I've been through other guys that have gone through similar things. Maybe not quite as bad, and maybe not quite as bad because of that run in the NCAA tournament. If he wouldn't have had that run in the NCAA tournament and had a little bit of a up and down year, I'm not sure we would have looked at it the same way. So now it's about moving forward for me, and I think this off season will be very important because it looks like Delvon said to me yesterday, Coach, I'm going to finally get to do something this summer. I'm healthy enough. Now I don't take that as he can be out working out every day because that's just not the way that knee is, but to be able to work on his shot or work on jump hooks and not the grind of maybe going up and down or going playing for the USA team somewhere, but at least getting to do the things that a normal guy gets to do is going to be great. When you look at Bird in the same thing, when you look at Sherman in the same way, and what Nick's got to do is he's got to do what he did last summer and he maintain it. He didn't have to do anything more he did last summer. He's just got to do it and then maintain it. And our guard play, I think we're going to make big strides with Keith. He really started shooting the ball well at the end of the year. He started shooting it well in practice at the end of the year. I don't think there's any question we're going to rely on some freshmen, but all programs have to do that. And I think Dawson and Trice and Kearney right off the bat are going to be able to help us. And with the athleticism that Anderson brings, it's going to be that'll be good. And then you got a shooter like Bird. We're probably going to have bigger wings with Bird and Dawson, and then what we do with a day-day will be important too, because depending on Delvon and where he's at, whether we can move day-day around a little bit more and do some different things is going to be fun to watch, fun to see, fun to go over. And last but not least, if you ask me, what do you think the single biggest reason that you were inconsistent? It's easy to say the injuries because you can see those. It's easy to say the lack of practice time because I think you can figure that out. But I would think the biggest one is we had no rotation. And it's funny, I was talking to Mark Montgomery this morning, and we were talking about even the year when I think it was Neitzel and Travis were here as freshmen and sophomores. We weren't very deep, but we still had a rotation that was pretty constant. And that rotation I think has to get there. I think it's safe to say that every team needs one. It's hard to have confidence if you don't know when you're going in or how much you're going to play. And unfortunately, that was changed as it went from August to January with a loss of two pretty key players. And I don't foresee that happening again. So I'll take questions.